Hi, what's your name?
Daniel.
Good to have you here. Thanks for joining us. The purpose of the video is to kind of talk about the positive image of Canada and to kind of spread the awareness about the unity that is going on. Do you have any comments on what's been happening and how to stay united and kind of advice to everybody out there?
Well, I actually spent the past 8 years living in the States, and things are really tense, especially in big cities like New York with a lot of different people and a lot of different ideas. And I think Toronto's so different because it's made up of mostly immigrants, or I think all immigrants in my opinion, because my family is European, and when they came here 2 generations ago, things were really tough, and even Europeans were getting a lot of hate, and I think that now we're at a place where we're so diverse and people are from so many places that the best thing we can do is just love each other and understand that we're all from different places and we all have different ideas, but to just put those aside and not lead with violence or hatred when seeing something you don't understand for the first time, which I think is often what leads to the bad stuff that's happening, is people feeling misunderstood and taking it out in a really bad way, and that's not what Canada's about. And it's about just, if you look around here, it's like there's not one type of person here, so it's a mix, and I think just having an understanding of that and love and acceptance for other people, that will keep everyone together. Most of the videos you see online of people being super racist or mean to people for no reason, it's just because they're not minding their own business and they're going out of their way to get involved in someone else's life that is just trying to live their life. So I think unless you see something that's illegal, there's no need to go out of your way to put someone down. It's unnecessary, and I find that happens a lot in the States.
So you brought up a good point in the beginning, kind of everybody here is an immigrant. They came from somewhere. There's that notion that's going on where people say, this is my country, you should go back to where you came from. Now we understand that there's a mutual understanding that that's not the case in Toronto. What do you tell people? Because we've seen some recent events in the GTA where some people went up to others and said, you should go back to where you come from. And it doesn't matter what the background is. We've seen it with various backgrounds. What do you tell those people, and how can we improve that to not create that division in Toronto?
Right. I've actually never run into someone like that in real life. I've kind of been waiting for an opportunity like that, because for someone to believe that this is their land when this in America's stolen land from Aboriginal people, it's or Indigenous people too, it's I've never met someone like that. I've never had to explain that to someone, and I'm waiting for the day where I can, because because this land doesn't belong to anyone. It's everyone's for the taking at this point. If we don't acknowledge that it was stolen, I think you're a little delusional, and you clearly aren't educated about our country's history and a lot of other countries as well. Places were founded on slavery and taking people's homes away and ripping up land, and it's when people go with that reaction, it means they're uneducated.
First of all, I'd like to pass on my condolences to the families of those who were impacted by this tragedy. Very, very sorry. My thoughts and prayers are with you. Holistically, as Canadians, we are very strong. We're very united. We look beyond our differences. We look at what makes us one. So in times of sorrow, come together. In times of happiness, come together.
At the end of the day, love conquers all. So there's always going to be hate. There's always going to be people that just, you can't really do anything about it. There's always going to be somebody that's, against you or whatever you believe in or what you stand for. So, but then there's always going to be good people. So,
what kind of discussions do you think other countries need to start opening up in order to become like us?
I think that's an important question. I think people should start recognizing that human beings are human beings, and that we have a right to migrate and occupy whatever space is available, and be more tolerant and accepting.
Okay, what do you think we can do now in order to improve that?
I think, again, recognizing that people are humans, regardless of the skin that they're wrapped in, regardless of the God that they pray, regardless of whom they love. And I think once we come to a place to recognize that humans are humans regardless of those social constructions, that things can perhaps get better.
Okay, what about you? What do you think?
I think that we just need to be able to be a little bit open-minded, a little accepting, because not everybody wears the same color, wears the same skin, wears the same. Everybody's different and unique in a little way. Humans are very adaptable. They're very open, and there should be more discussions. I think the thing about it is that we don't discuss. We are usually hiding in our little corners. We only talk to people in our own communities, and I think more discussion, more talking, more seeing the world, more believing that there is good and change in everyone will help the world be a little bit more open and accepting.
How you doing?
Fantastic.
Your name?
Wally.
I'm doing great, and I'm Annette.
Osama.
Nice to have you here. So I understand you're from out of town?
Yeah.
You're from
San Diego, California.
I'm from Prague, Czech Republic.
I'm from Toronto.
Cool. So, as you may know, there was some tragic events that happened last week. What we're trying to do is we're trying to spread unity and a positivity this week to the people in Canada and to people abroad.
I was coming to Canada. I was coming to Toronto the next couple of days from Montreal, and you hate to see that kind of thing, because I always saw Canada as a really dope place where people are diverse and cool with each other and nice and friendly. And even the other night we was watching Kim's Convenience, my first time watching that show, and it was dope. It was lit. I was like, oh man, this is what I want America to be like.
Did you expect a worse consequence to what happened, or did Canada surprise you with the unity? I mean, did you see any hate that was going on after that?
Nah, man. I mean, it seems all good to me, to be honest.
What do you think?
Man, I'm in Canada and in Toronto for the second time. I've never been overseas because I'm from Europe, and everything about this place made me really excited. And finding out what's happening here in the past couple of months, it was sad, because how I saw, and I still see Toronto the same way. It's really, really friendly. I love people here.
Second time to Canada.
Honestly, mostly people, and the place, the vibes that I'm getting here. We're also musicians, we're artists, so even, the vibes here musically are so much different, and it's just great to be here. And like what's happening, how you said, the unity is still so strong, it feels like, for me, even though I don't know Toronto that well, but it's amazing to be here.
How can we spread what we have here as Canadian values to countries abroad?
I think the best way to do that is just stick together and be an example to other countries. And Toronto's strong. That's what we do. We're together. We're one. Nothing like things like this don't usually happen around here, but when they do happen, we need to stick together, not let that divide us, because that's what they want, right? Divide and conquer. Yeah.
Last message to the Canadians.
Hey, just keep being cool, man. Y'all are cool as hell in Toronto, man. I like it. I like the vibe. I love this unity thing you guys are pushing. Lead by example, like Osama said, and keep spreading love, man. Love for yourself. That's love for Canada. Spreads love to the world, you know what I mean?
Keep being so open about everything. And yeah, how he said, keep being so cool.
Get to know your neighbors, man. Get to know your neighbors,
Toronto strong!